Alright, this is Nate with Lindgren Sewer Solutions. We're out here at 5932 Hillcrest Road, Mound today. Doing a pre-wholesale sewer inspection. We found the cleanout in the garage wall. The 3-inch cleanout. Wipe that off. Pretty dirty in there. It's hard to put it in without getting stuff on the lens. We should find some water soon. So going in, we got black ABS plastic. Went into the vertical pipe and went horizontal. Now we're going to 45 down and back flat. So now we're in the main line. Now we're transitioning into some white Schedule 40 PVC with a 45-degree bend down and to the right. You can see a little bit of residue just kind of built up on the walls, but that's normal as things age. They just kind of collect gunk. Now we've got another bend here where the pipe is going to go back to horizontal. Give that camera a little rinse there. Now we got a good picture. So yeah, again, this is white PVC plastic, just with a little bit of buildup on the walls. That's why it looks black. It's not going to affect the flow at all. Joints we've seen so far look good. There's a little bit of a bend in the pipe here, almost like the ground settled and pushed this part down. You can see a dimple on the bottom, almost like it settled on a rock. So it's holding up this part of the pipe. This angle's down, so it's not supposed to be that way, but I don't see any cracks, so it's not restricting flow at all. It's not an issue currently. We're approaching 50 feet here. The pipe is starting to clean up. The water has settled down into the invert of the pipe there, so it's not getting the top all dirty like it was earlier. Here we've got a little bit of a bend again. It could have been installed like that, or it could have settled over time. Either way, we do see the angle change there just a little bit. And here's another joint. And that looks good. There's another joint. Looks good. Just stop it for a second there to look at those dimples on the left side to see if that was put there by a cleaning machine, but it looks to be looks like that's just a manufacturer defect, so that's no problem at all. Here we've got a 45-degree bend to the right. We're going to transition into a different kind of pipe here. This is still plastic. It could be a thinner wall pipe. Trying to clean the lens off. Okay, now we're back into that white plastic. It looks like a glue joint here. So I don't think this was a repair. I think this is just the contractor that installed it was just using the pipe that he had. Apologize for the poor picture. The pipe has just got some buildup in it. Cody, can you turn the water on, please? We're gonna run some water here and see if we can rinse off that camera. Just for like 30 seconds or so. Alright, we'll let that drain down just a little bit better. So there you can see that bend is in good shape. It's holding up just fine. On the corner. It's got some buildup on the top of the pipe here. And there's the transition back to white plastic. Okay, we're just at 80 feet here. Looks like there's another joint. Yep, you can see the purple primer there on the top. It looks like grease collecting on the top of the pipe there, so just a reminder, you got to be careful with what you put down your drains. Yeah, it's pretty dirty here still. And this is going to be a bend. 45 degrees to the left, and we're starting to hold a little water here. 90 feet. I'm going to go underwater. You can see something up there is holding back water, but we're not going to be able to see it. The level of the water is higher than my camera lens. Coming out. There we go. So this is going to be a transition between 4-inch PVC and 6-inch clay tile. Right here. And that joint looks good. This transition looks good. I don't see any roots peeking in around that plastic pipe. What you're seeing on the top right there is just a burr in the plastic, not a root. So 94 feet, 93.8. Back to 88.8 feet for a whole water. And it's just a little bit, so it's not a big deal. Okay, now we're in the clay tile. Looks like we've got some buildup here. It's hard to say what that is. Almost looks like minerals from groundwater seeping in one time. That is something that could be cleaned out. Or it's grease. Oh, there's the roots. So yeah, that's actually a root ball. You can see the roots poking up on the top. And then I assume that that's just kind of filled with paper, toilet paper over time, making it look that white blob. pushing here. It's getting kind of ugly. And that's a channel just big enough for my camera. There's plenty of debris in here. Looks like a pile of grease on top. This is the city main. You can tell by that tie-in on the top right. That's where your neighbor's pipe ties into the main. Some stuff that's built up here, so it's hard to get a good picture, obviously. Like roots are growing in that tap, right where the, nope, it's not. This is actually going into a manhole. So this is the concrete trough where when they installed the manhole, they put this concrete in place to direct the water through the manhole and downstream into the pipe. Right here. So there's the bottom of the manhole. You can tell because it's just that one little piece of clay. It's just the trough going through the bottom is what they call it. It looks like we've got some debris, grease built up here in the bottom. That's holding back some paper here, and then that paper is holding back the water, so that's why you can't get a good picture there. Now we'll get a better look at this clay. This joint looks really good. This is going to be under the street. This section of clay looks good. There's a root ball growing in from that joint. But other than that root ball, it's still aligned correctly. It looks like it's not separated at all. That joint is still tight, so we just got a little bit of root intrusion there. And this is where we lost our picture before. We got a pretty good root ball, and those roots are catching this grease. So this is an issue. It just needs to be cleaned really well. But if you got this grease and roots removed, I think you'd find the clay pipe structurally is still good. Because back here we can see this clay still looks to be in good shape from what we can see. It's just a few joints there have roots growing in, and the roots have been collecting grease. And we've seen grease this whole line, so it's not surprising. So this is where we're going to end the inspection. Thank you for choosing Lindgren Sewer Solutions.